Donald Trump woke up on Thursday morning in a horrific mood, which is pretty much par for the course for Donald Trump because he seems to kind of always wake up in a bad mood. But this time he actually had a reason, or so he thinks. He woke up in a bad mood on Thursday because on Wednesday afternoon, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell came out and basically, for the second time in as many weeks, said that I can't lower interest rates because of Donald Trump's stupid trade wars and, of course, the brand new tariffs that he's putting on countries that previously did not have tariffs this high. And for the record, those tariffs he's put in place are the agreements. Like, those are the deals he made to increase the prices on U.S. consumers. So I will tell you about Donald Trump's freak out in just a second, but first, a quick word from today's video sponsor. By now, you know Trump's big, beautiful bill has passed. But almost no one's reporting how ICE will get nearly $40 billion of our tax money each year, making it the most heavily funded law enforcement agency in U.S. history. That's more money than most nations spend on their entire military. So much of our media is either missing the worst of this bill or twisting the language so you think it's all in your best interest. But we've seen the ICE raids ramping up. Now Trump's openly threatening to deport U.S. citizens. This should be the biggest story in America, yet it's buried. Making ground news essential right now is what all of this is doing. They're the only tool I've found exposing these blind spots in the media. By gathering the world's news in one place, organizing it by story, then analyzing just how far right and radical each unbiased source actually is, you get way more context than you ever would anywhere else. If we're being honest, we've seen Trump's power grabs throughout history. They said never again, and that means never again everywhere. And right now, it's happening here. So if you want to stay ahead on immigration, the economy, or simply finding the stories missing from your news feeds, Ground News has you covered. Their app and website is a smarter, more reliable way to stay informed at a time when MAGA is banking on us to stay distracted. So I've partnered with them to get you 40% off the same Vantage plan that I have been using. That comes out to $5 a month for unlimited access to everything I've mentioned and so much more. Just go to ground.news/Farron or scan the QR code to subscribe. With at least another 4 years of this, we can't afford to miss these details. So again, in response to Jerome Powell basically saying, I can't lower interest rates, we've already got inflation right now, if I lower them, inflation's gonna go up. And a big reason for that, of course, is Donald Trump's tariffs. Trump stewed on it overnight. Right? I think he probably lost a lot of sleep about it, but then he got up in the wee hours of the morning on Thursday and said this on Truth Social. Jerome, too late, Powell has done it again. He is too late. And actually, too angry, too stupid, and too political to have the job of Fed Chair. He is costing our country trillions of dollars in addition to one of the most incompetent or corrupt renovations of a building in the history of construction. Put another way, too late is a total loser, and our country is paying the price. Yes, those are all normal things for a grown adult who is also the President of the United States to say. That doesn't sound immature or childish at all. You know, you would definitely assume that that was coming from a 79-year-old man and not a 12-year-old little boy. No, of course, I'm being facetious. He sounds like a prepubescent child. Is what the President of the United States. He's the total loser. He's too late. That's why I call him too late, because he's too late. Boy, you like saying too late. Is that part of the dementia where you use the repetitive words because they're comforting to you? Or you can't think of others, so you go back to the same phrase again and again and again and again and again and again and again? Because kind of seems like that's a symptom of potential dementia. But most importantly, it's a symptom of a man who has no idea whatsoever how the economy works. We are currently at a point where interest rates are 4.33%. Trump wants those interest rates dropped to 1%. Now, that would be a heyday for consumers for a hot minute, right? We would all love that. Being able to borrow money at a 1% interest rate, holy hell, that's better than a student loan from 30 years ago, back before they, started getting horrible. But that would also, as Jerome Powell pointed out in his statements on Wednesday, cause massive hyperinflation and basically crash the entire economy. In fact, the only reason we're not currently in a recession is because Powell, even as a Trump appointee from 2017, let's never forget that, even though Trump tried to blame him on Biden, Powell's done a decent job. Powell has not been absolutely horrific. He has, during the Biden years, prevented a recession. He is, during Trump's first year, preventing another recession by not caving into Trump's crazy demands that would definitely tank the economy. Not to mention the fact that if Trump fires him, it sends the message, and this is coming from Nobel laureates, by the way, sends the message to the rest of the world that our Fed, our central bank, is no longer clear of politics, and that would cause foreign investors, foreign countries, to pull their money out of America, which would send us down that economic downward spiral even faster. If the Fed chair, whoever they may end up being, because I don't think Jerome Powell's long for it, I think Trump is going to get rid of him. If they do what Trump wants them to do, we are all screwed. And again, for a hot minute, it's going to seem like, oh, wow, we can borrow tons of money now. But the rent comes due. Those payments have to be made. Those investments that you want to buy, that new house, that new car, that new boat, whatever it is, inflation's going to kill you on it. And then you're stuck with this payment for the next, on a car, 5 to 7 years, on a house or a boat, next 20 to 30 years, you're screwed. So it may seem fun for the first few minutes when Trump eventually gets his way, and he will. Like, let's make no bones about that. Trump will eventually get his way. And when that happens, we, the entire country, rich and poor alike, we're all screwed. Did you know that you might be missing out on wonderful content from me? I mean, you're here already because clearly you like what you see. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, share them with your friends and family, but also follow me across the rest of the social media world. And it's not that hard to do. Whether it's X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, on every one of those platforms, you can find me at the username @FarronBalanced. Simple enough, right? So get on it. And if you don't feel like going to each one of those outlets individually, lucky for you, we have links in the description of this video to take you right to my pages across all of social media. So don't miss a minute. And while you're at it, make sure you're also subscribed to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel, which I have been hosting for many, many years now. We've got more than 1 million subscribers over there, and there is fresh content over there every single day of the week. So again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, and while you're at it, go subscribe to Ring of Fire at youtube.com/The Ring of Fire and @FarronBalanced across every social media platform. That, of course, is not considered just a far-right hellscape. Well, maybe Twitter is, but that's a story for a different day.